Embakasi constituency. And today we are here at Milimani Court. And the main reason why we are here is to fight for the interest of students, comrades in this country. The people standing behind me are students who pursued their law degree, LLB, in various institutions, in various universities across this country. These students come from very humble backgrounds, very poor or sorry backgrounds. And these are students whose parents really struggled so much to educate them, to ensure that they acquired education. These students were admitted in various universities to pursue their degrees in law, and have been completed successfully. Now these students have nowhere to go to. From 2015 up to date, these students have been pursuing justice for education to no success. They've moved in various courts, there is no help. Having spent 4 years in university, they are now reduced to nothing. They can't practice law. Why? Because Kenya School of Law is not ready to admit them because of certain few requirements which are not watertight to justify the conviction. Kenya School of Law, the KSL Act 2012, states that for you to be admitted to practice in the advocates training program, then you must have scored a B plain and above in English, a B plain and above in Kiswahili. Then they don't take into consideration other subjects. And we also know that we are gifted differently, and we are gifted in different subjects differently. And these students, they scored grades which qualified them to join universities to study law. But KSL is saying that even that degree that you studied at the university is nothing so long as you did not score a B in English or Kiswahili. So where do we take these students? Which means that we have a lot of over 3,000 students from 2015 up to date in this country who graduated successfully. Some scored first class honors, some scored second upper, some scored second law. They got different grades at the university, but they can't practice. This is where they belong. They belong along the corridors of justice. They don't belong in the streets and the villages where they are reduced to. These students are depressed. These students, some of them have committed suicide because all they hoped for when they are leaving their various slums and villages was that they go and study and make a living and be successful in life. But now that has been multiplied by zero. And KSL is responsible for this because their act says that we cannot admit them. But the Legal Education Act contradicts the Kenya School of Law Act 2012. In section 83C of the Legal Education Act states clearly that they allow for progression. Progression means that if you scored a B, if you scored less than B in English or Kiswahili, then you can start doing diploma or a certificate and you'll be admitted at KSL. Or alternatively, if you have an extra degree and you study also law, you can still be admitted at KSL. So there's a contradiction between KSL Act 2012 and the Legal Education Act, section 83C. But this is also cured by the same Legal Education Act, section 84, which states clearly that in case there is a contradiction, in case there is a conflict between KSL Act and the Legal Education Act, then the Legal Education Act shall prevail. That is section 8.4. So, we are left wondering where we will go, where these comrades will go from here, having wasted 4 years in universities, having wasted their lives studying. Some are total orphans, some come from very poor families, and if you can see them, these are people who should be lawyers. These are people who should be advocates. These are people who should be magistrates. These are people who should be judges. These are people who should be prosecutors. But you are reducing them to this level. So the difference between these students and a person who never attended class 1 are the same. Because they are all now getting the title of school dropouts. So then why the need for education in this country? So our prayer is very simple. To KSL, that please use the legal education. And again, if you don't agree to admit them, we'll fight this war on different fronts. We will fight in Parliament to ensure they are admitted. We will still appeal the decision of the Court of Appeal at the apex of the court, that is the Supreme Court. So we will fight by law, and we're also going to fight forcefully. Because again, what do we have to lose if we've lost our source of livelihood, which is education? So I will be leading this team. We will fight in air, that is on social media, and we are requesting members of the media to help us also in this. We will fight on land by organizing demonstrations, which we only promise that there will be demonstrations across the country, but we are not promising whether they will be peaceful or not. Because as you see the faces of these comrades, you see the future of this nation, which you want to multiply by 0. And we are not going to agree on that. So I want to take this opportunity to invite a few leaders, 2 ladies, 2 advocates, female advocates, and 2 male advocates to address the meeting.
Thank you, Member of the Press, for giving us this opportunity. My name is Susan Oshiri. I'm a law degree holder. I graduated in 2021. Up to now, myself and other colleagues have not been admitted to Kenya School of Law. And in a country where right to education is enshrined in our constitution, it is very wrong for the Kenya School of Law to deny us this opportunity. Globally, every leader is trying to eradicate illiteracy. So it's an irony that in a country where we are in this century, that we are denying people the opportunity to go to school. To go to school, we are not asking for much. We are just asking, give us the opportunity to come and read. Give us the opportunity to change our society. Give us the opportunity to change the families that we come from. We have earned this. We have gone to the diploma. Bear in mind that every institution in Kenya that is offering any program in law is regulated by the Council of Legal Education. So the Council of Legal Education regulates universities to offer diploma in law. We apply for this diploma in law, we go, we are taught, we graduate successfully. We go to the same universities regulated by the Council of Legal Education, we do our LLB. The people you see behind us, they have gotten first class honors in LLB, they have second class upper, they have graduated successfully. But Kenya School of Law is telling us that is not enough. Some of the colleagues go ahead and do masters in law. They come back to KSL, KSL tells you that is not enough. So we are asking KSL today, what is enough? Tell us what is enough. Because all we want is to learn. All we want is education. We are not asking for much. In a country where we are trying to push the youth, go to school, get a skill, do something with your life. And then you tell these youth, no, yes, we are saying go to school, but we do not want to. It is so wrong, it is not right, and we are putting Kenya School of Law on notice today that we have started this war, and we are not relenting until you hit to our cry. Thank you.
My
name is Lois Njoroge. I'm an LLB holder in degree in law. And many years back, I aspired to be a lawyer, to be an advocate, to fight for people's rights. As a woman, I wanted also to encourage other girls to fight for their rights, to be this educated woman. And I started with my diploma because I had not qualified, because by then I did my diploma in law back in 2013. That's when I graduated with a credit. And then from there, due to my financial crisis, I was not able to pursue for my degree. So I joined later back in 2019 at Mount Kenya University, only for me to graduate last year December with a second class upper division. And then applying to KSL, they denied me for my admission. So my question is, should I be punished because I never started my degree initially after I cleared my diploma? So KSL, we are putting you on notice. Kindly allow us, use the legal framework that should be put in place. Allow these comrades to pursue their dreams, to become advocates. I was sharing with some of them. Back in my village, we don't have lawyers, like women lawyers. And I had this big dream of becoming one and being an example in my society. But now, because someone is seated somewhere, I'm not able to pursue my dream. And I'm also appealing to our dear president. Kindly, we know you are our dear president. You love education. You like progression. Please assist us with this. Thank you.
Gentlemen.
Thank you very much for agreeing to come and listen to us. It's indeed a huge journey that we've taken. But most of our colleagues, most of them are not here, but the number is big, as Mheshimiwa said, more than 3,000. The fact of the matter is that KSL as an institution that exclusively offers this course. And just to put things into perspective, Kenya School of Law is only training students. In terms of examination, another regulation is done by the Council of Legal Education. So it is our prayer and it is our humble request that KSL should reconsider their decision and agree and in fact make sure that these students who have done their LLB be admitted to train for that 1 year course. That is only a hurdle that is putting these people from having their practice and improving also their lives. These people, these students who have graduated LLB also have dreams, also have ambition to fulfill. But if KSL has decided to make sure that we do not achieve that, then we are going to use these other means that we should not mention about. Parliament is an option for us, and other means that are available, we are going to use them to ensure that this thing is streamlined and we have a long-lasting solution. Thank you very much.
To clarify on something, after graduating from the university, if you study law, that is LLB, law degree, then you are required that for you to be admitted as an advocate of the High Court, you must go through Kenya School of Law, which is a diploma course. So for people to understand, because some people might ask that then after degree, then why don't you just practice? You can't practice without going through Kenya School of Law. And that is what over 3,000 students in this country from 2015 up to now have been denied that opportunity. So please listen to our prayers, or we will force you to listen to our prayers. Asanteni sana.
Question?
Yes, question. Supreme Court. Yes. Very simple. These students at the KCSE level, KSL says that you need